We're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Burger King proudly presents to you. Hey, everybody, welcome to Violent Wrestling Podcast. As always, like you didn't just hear us last night, I'm Mox, along with my two co hosts, Ambrose Alley and Metal, Mr. Metal Matt.
Hey.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, hey, still under the weather a little bit.
Yeah, so excuse me for sounding like a stuffed up clogged drain here.
Ooh, ooh.
That's how I feel.
I'm not going to say it on air what I told you off air. Because that's just mean, and some people might not get the joke. I feel okay. Well, you look like shit. Anyway, so as you can tell, tonight was supposed to be the much anticipated, much awaited for Bam Bam Malone interview. And as you can see on your screen, Bam Bam's not going to be here tonight. He had some things come up, card subject to change. So we'll be doing that interview tomorrow night, 10 Eastern, 9 Pacific, 9 Central, 8 Mountain, 7 Pacific. Sorry about that. And Bam Bam said he's sorry. Some things came up that's out of his control, but he'll be here tomorrow for sure. And we're gonna finally get the interview. We're almost on our 1 year anniversary of VWP, and we've been trying to get this interview together for almost a year, so that we're finally doing it tomorrow. So that's where we are on that.
So,
If you guys are listening and have any questions you'd like to us to ask him, shoot us a tweet at Violent Wrestling No G on the tweet, or at Violent Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com
with the G.
with a G. It actually fit on the Gmail, just wouldn't fit on Twitter. And any questions you have, he said nothing's off limits. Any questions you may have, or anything on your mind about him, or the indie scenes he's worked, anything like that, shoot us a tweet or an email, and we'll make sure to ask him. It feels like I just talked to you guys last night. Like, it just feels like that.
Well, it could be because we did.
Oh yeah, we did. Any more news come out about anything today regarding WWE? I haven't really looked at much today. I was in the daily on Cage Side Seats for a little bit, but I didn't look at any articles if they revealed the fifth woman or anything like that.
No, not as
Charlotte's
far as I
replacement.
know.
I haven't seen any more reports on Becky's condition.
I mean, she was on Twitter today, so.
Oh yeah, I saw her tweets. I mean, just bringing the fire.
Yeah.
I don't have it pulled
And
up.
it, and it seems like they're trying to make it into an angle, which I'm not crazy about, but it is what it is, I suppose. Figure they were going to do that sooner or later. They always do.
Yeah. Oh, an angle like with Nia.
Yeah, it seems that way, maybe.
Not because she's going like anytime Becky gets on Twitter, like everybody beware because she's coming after you. Because I think there was multiple tweets, some about Ronda and some I don't know if she actually ever tweeted Naya or
Yeah, she
it.
did.
She did. Okay. There's
Yeah.
one you just kind of had to read between the lines, and she was talking about Naya. It looked like.
Yeah, because Naya just tweets out like a picture of like her fist, and it's like there's a bit of a scratch in it, and she says like, "Hey, we don't deliver mail. Things happen. Is anyone going to ask me how about how my fist feels?" Which is
Oh
wow,
yeah.
just wow. And Becky's response is, "You gave me your best sucker punch, but I got back up to destroy your whole roster. They won't let me fight, but I'll get back up from that too. It's what I do. So enjoy your one free shot, because as bad as my memory is now, I haven't forgotten you, B."
Yeah, obviously, Matt doesn't cuss, but she said, "I haven't forgotten you, bitch."
Yeah.
Why do people have to keep insulting female dogs?
I know, like what, like poor Cassie. Like just no sense in that. Oh, I'm so anxious
and
for.
then
Go ahead.
And then Becky responds to Rhonda saying, "Ronnie TLDR, when I got my face broke, I got up, owned you, then showed up the next day looking to fight some more. When you got your face broke, you hid for a year under your blankie. Your mind is as weak as your jaw, and I'm going to move heaven and earth to come destroy them both."
Dude, I legit audibly went, "Oh shit," when she said you went and hid under your blankie for a year. Dude, that shit is just wow. And not to like all stand over Becky or anything, but holy shit, that line is amazing
I'll stand
because it's
over.
true. It's true.
I am a Becky Stan, and it is true.
And that's exactly what Ronda did, which makes it even that much better. Ronda got knocked the fuck out, and you didn't hear from Ronda for a year. Damn, that was so callous. That was like, again, I legit by myself in my living room when I saw that and just went, "Oh shit!" Oh,
Yeah,
I can't. You
Ronda
have
had it
your
coming because
for WrestleMania right here. You have it right here.
yeah, and Ronda had it coming because her promos have made no sense at all.
Avocado toast, avocado toast.
And like she tries and says that Becky backs out of the match. Like she tries to spin it like it was a cowardly move, but she physically can't do it. Like unless it's going towards a Ronda heel turn, which you know what, go for it because she's already heel anyway. I don't buy her as a face at all, so why not?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so I'm here for this. Like the next few months, like you can just throw Charlotte and Ronda out the window, which apparently they're going to do at Survivor Series. Screw that. I want Becky Ronda at WrestleMania. I don't care if anybody's champion, not champion, just a straight street fight or unsanctioned match, something. And just oh man. And you know I'm not the biggest Ronda fan, but just I think it would be this is the first time since Ronda's come to WWE where I've looked at anything Ronda's done and like, oh, I can get behind this. I can get behind this. And this I like.
That's what she said.
Oh, here we go again. You ass. But yeah, I'm here for see anything I say now. Damn it. But yeah, as far as I know, no news has come out on the since last night, in the last 24 hours, nothing, no new developments as far as I know. in the WWE world anyway. Triple H did his pre-takeover conference call and today, and it's not really anything interesting. He basically same stuff he says every conference call. Of NXT is its own brand, and there might be NXT lifers and where people sign with NXT not with the intention of ever getting called up to the main roster, which he said that before. That's about it on the WWE end. What happened on MLW Friday? I know it wasn't spectacular, but there was one match in particular.
Well, there was a big title match. It was Daga versus Low Key for the world title. It was actually a really good match.
Yeah.
The finish of the match comes when Low Key sort of attacks Daga's ear and it starts bleeding, and that's how he gets the win.
There was blood in MLW? No way.
Yeah.
I guess that's unheard of.
Oh, I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
You really like MLW AA. They're kind of a mix of CCW and WWE. Would you say that's fair, Matt?
Yeah, I would say that.
Like they're not as extreme as CCW, but they're pretty violent.
You
But
know
they're
me, I
not
like my violence.
I would start checking them out, and I try like whenever they like on YouTube or whatever. And before we went on air, Matt was giving me the details of where I can actually watch. And they have names like Sammy Callahan, which I know you love him. AA,
Oh yes.
Yeah,
he's there.
Jimmy Havoc.
Jimmy
Oh
Havoc.
yes.
And there was also a middleweight championship match. It was MJF versus Jason Cade and Jimmy Uta. And I'll
Fuck
give it
MJF.
this. It was actually a pretty good match. I know, MJF had a good match. I'm shocked, too.
I have to give my obligatory fuck MJF. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
at
I
this
mean,
point, it's just like I said, obligatory. Like I just have to. Anytime his name gets brought
yeah.
up, I have to say it.
Yeah, I mean, but the match was really more so good because of Jason Cade and Jimmy Uta. They were former tag team partners, and now they're sort of at each other's throats, and that was the main story of the match. I mean, I do wish that they would have given Jason Cade the title, but it is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah, I thought they would have. Don't they have a 4-way ladder match coming up?
Yeah, and I'll go into that a bit later on in a couple of minutes. But
Okay,
yeah,
sorry,
oh, that's fine.
I didn't mean to jump ahead.
Oh, that's fine. Then there was Myron Reed versus Marco Stunt, with Myron Reed winning.
And see, I really like Marco Stunt. Like he's not the best, but from what I've seen, and I haven't seen a lot, so grant me that much. I've seen enough to at least have a little bit of an opinion. Um, I think he could be something. I don't know really what, but I think he could.
Yeah. And we also got a Kevin Sullivan promo via phone. He said that he was going to have to teach Brian Pillman Jr. a lesson. So I feel like maybe we're getting a one-on-one match between them in the future.
Nice. Something about Kevin Sullivan doing a phone promo in 2018 just tickles my funny bone.
Yeah. And so next week, the Fightland portion of MLW Fusion begins. It's going to be Sammy Callahan versus Filthy Tom Lawler in the Chicago Street Fight.
Hey, you really need to watch this upcoming MLW. And didn't you say that for whatever reason this week it airs at midnight?
Yeah.
Central.
This week it airs at midnight on BN Sports.
Set your DVR, AA. You get Sammy in a street fight.
Yeah, because they're doing a soccer game on BN Sports, so it's airing at midnight instead.
Did we lose AA?
Oh, okay. It's not even showing anymore.
Do what?
Okay, it was supposed to air at midnight earlier this week. It said it was going to air at midnight. And now it's not showing at all.
Uh-oh. Where's AA? AA. Knock, knock.
AA, where are you?
I hope she didn't, from the meds she's taking from being sick. I hope she didn't just pass out at the laptop. Anyway, we keep going with the MLW. She'll wake up eventually.
All right, so the Flyland portion starts next week. And then on December 13th and 14th, there will be not one, but two MLW specials. On December 13th, it is going to be Never Say Never, and two matches have been made for that show. First, it's going to be Roosh versus MJF.
Let's go, Roosh. Let's go, Roosh. Let's go, Roosh.
Yes. And then also on Never Say Never, it will be Rich Swann versus Shane Strickland.
That's what I was trying to think of from I guess it's been a couple weeks now. Sammy Callahan putting Shane Strickland through the table off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, and it was Shane Strickland. That AA might not recognize Sammy Callahan after he got his hair cut.
And on December 14th, it will be 0 Hour. And on that show, it's going to be a fatal four-way ladder match for the middleweight championship. It will be MJF defending the middleweight championship versus Cato Brazil, Jason Cade, and Marco Stunt.
Which happens to be on my birthday, but that's neither here nor there. This is when they need to put. This is the perfect time to put that belt on Cade. Perfect match for it.
Yeah, I don't think MJF is going to lose it here, though. I think he should, but I think if it does happen, it'll probably be in a one-on-one match. But I do hope he drops the title here.
Yeah, that way he doesn't necessarily get pinned. Excuse me. He saves face in the process. He just loses the belt and then let him chase Cade for a while. Or hell, just go off the wall and put it on Stunt. I mean,
why not?
Right? Like
that'd be awesome.
Yes. AA, are you back?
She said in the chat here on Hangouts that she was having computer trouble.
Oh. Alrighty then. Any other matches announced for the 14th?
Not yet. I'm sure as we move towards it, they will. But so far, the ladder match is the only match that's announced. It should be a good
Are,
match.
are these going to air live on Fusion, or will these? Where can you find these if you want to watch them live?
I don't know if they broadcast them live or not. I don't think they do. I think that it's just done in portions on Fusion for now.
From my understanding, the MLW on Fusion works kind of like New Japan on Access.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way to say it.
Yeah, that's from what I understand. I keep up with New Japan a lot more than MLW, but from what I gather, they're never live, but they're also not like you're like what you watched this past Friday is like happened a couple weeks ago, I believe. Speaking of New Japan on Access, did you catch up on that this past weekend?
Yeah, I did. Chris Jericho attacked Evil
Boo!
and saved us from having to watch a ZSJ match.
What? Okay, because I meant to ask you when we talked about that Saturday. Because I'm not his biggest fan either, but I want to hear what you have. What? Why don't you like Zack Sabre Jr.?
Honestly, I just find him so boring. Like, like technically speaking, he's a good wrestler, but for me personally, I just find him really boring. But that's just me.
And I can see that. Um, I'm kind of on the fence with him. Like he's really good at wrestling, but like how his matches are written, like there's a lot of um kind of boring stuff in his matches. Like he's really good, and I'm not the biggest fan of um the catch stuff. Like it works, but at the same time, you do it so much that it takes me kind of out of a match. But he's good, and because I just have a feeling he could do so much other stuff than he does. So I want him to pull the other stuff out a little bit more than just the mat technician stuff. But at the same time, you're a huge fan of Evil, and
Mm-hmm.
Jericho ruined. I mean, didn't even let the match get started. Just during Evil's entrance, attacks Evil. So we didn't even get to see Evil wrestle. Bummer. And I just watch it on World, so I don't know what else they played on New Japan Access, like what parts they played. Did I
I'm,
lose you too?
I'm trying to remember what was on there. I think it was yeah, it was Tanahashi versus Jay White, I believe.
Okay, so they're basically cutting it up like in order, just like
Mm-hmm.
a 3 hour show that is like an hour, this Friday hour, this Friday hour, this Friday stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tanahashi versus
And,
Jay White would go ahead.
oh, I was just going to say that next week it was going to be they wanted to show the main event, which was Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega and Ibushi for the IWGP title.
Before we get to that, what do you think about Tanahashi and Jay White?
I thought it was a great match. Probably my favorite Jay White match so far.
Yeah, same here. Great match. I'm not a big Jay White fan, but this match made me a fan. Like, okay, okay. Like I like I won't say I like him now, but I can like what he did in that match. Like, okay, I won't like you say I like with the Miz, like I won't turn the channel anymore when he's on my TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and next week the main event. Oh, Cody Rhodes just had to, and this came out of nowhere, Cody. This came out the pay-per-view before. Well, we're gonna make it a triple threat. Like who the just comes out and makes a match a triple threat? Which in New Japan is kind of rare having triple threat matches for a championship or the championship. Like it's happened, it doesn't happen a lot. They're notorious for their multi-man tag matches, but they don't do triple threat matches very often. I think you'll like the match when you watch it,
Even if it is a Cody Rhodes match.
even if it isn't. Yeah, so you and I agree way too much. Yes, even with it being a Cody Rhodes match, it's because I was looking forward to just Ibushi versus Kenny Golden Lovers, and then he got inserted. Like, well, screw this. I'm like, son of a bitch. Thanks, Cody. But the it actually turned out as a decent match. More than decent, actually. But we still know AA. Hey, hey, we need you. We need you. Well, I was gonna.
Where could you possibly be?
I started to start singing "Last Kiss." Oh, where could my baby be? Well, I was gonna let her do this, but um, I'll go ahead and I'll let you add any more to add about New Japan.
No, I don't really have much to add anymore. I thought Tanahashi and Jay White was a great match, and now it's on the Wrestle Kingdom for Tanahashi. I would think. I
Yeah,
would assume that I would assume that Omega and Tanahashi will be the main event of Wrestle Kingdom.
um, I would assume so. They've announced some of the card,
Yeah,
and
because I know that they've announced Jericho and Naito for Wrestle Kingdom.
yeah, um, and you just have to assume at this point that we're getting that match as the main event. Tanahashi going after the Kenny Omega's IWGP Heavyweight Championship, which is okay with me. It's going to be a fantastic match. Still, I was wanting when Omega won the summer. Like, where's can we get NATO, please? That's what I was thinking would happen at this year's Wrestle Kingdom, this upcoming year's 2019, of either Omega wins, and we get Nato finally winning, or Nato winning and defending at Wrestle Kingdom, and doesn't look like either one of those are going to happen. Sorry, I'm a huge Nato fan. He just I love Nato. Um, I wonder. Oh well, if next week's the main event of Dominion, then next they'll probably start playing probably one of the road twos, which the road twos are a lot of tag matches. I wonder if Access will play the tag tournament.
Hmm.
I have no idea. I've never watched New Japan on Access, so I don't know if they play everything or if they just pick and choose. Anywho, so Rocky Mountain Pro is doing a show this Saturday, November 17th, from the Quarry in Golden, I believe Golden, Colorado. Yes, Golden, Colorado. And our very own Ambrose Alley will be there live in person. They have announced, we know for sure Bam Bam Malone is on the card. We're not sure who his opponent's going to be. They
And this is his Rocky Mountain debut, right?
Yes, this is his RMP debut. And I know AA is going to have so much fun. I mean, it's Rocky Mountain Pro. She always has fun, but she
Yep.
is so excited for this. And with her being under the weather, she's like, "Well, I missed this and I missed this. I'm not missing Saturday. They can kiss my. I'm not missing Saturday. I'm going to be there Saturday." They've announced a couple of matches for um, the the elevated card, which is what they're calling the the Saturday. It's kind of they do episodes called Charged. This is kind of like I guess a more or less like a pay per view stuff. They have a lot of people debuting, and I just lost my place. Dun, 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 dun. But this is going to stream on Twitch like they always do, and some debuts like Bam Bam Malone's going to make his debut. Dirty Andy Dalton makes his debut, and he gets a chance to add more championships to his collection as he takes on Anaya, one half of Left Coast Gorillas, for the Charge Championship. They announced that match. They've announced a mixed tag team match with when Shay teams with Austin Reddick to take on Heidi Howitzer, and her partner, the one, the only Chongo. Chongo's a bad man. He's a bad boy. Let's see. Give me 1 second here. Lost my place again while I'm looking that up. And they have, you can also now find them on Fight TV. If you have Fight TV and you don't have Twitch or whatever. You can find them on Fight TV. Let's see. Atiba versus Chandler Hopkins. A triple threat Lockets match, which is their women's division. It doesn't say who, but there's a triple threat Lockets match. Curtis Cole will be will team up with the one and only, and has been on Violent Wrestling Podcast, Mercury Matt Yaden, in a tag team match against the other half of Left Coast Gorillas, Hoodie. And off the top of my head, I forget Hoodie's partner. It's not Anaya. So and AA is a huge fan of Curtis Cole and Matt Yaden, so she should have fun in that match. Her biggest nightmare, thankfully, did not come true. If they put Bam Bam against Curtis Cole, she wouldn't know who to root for. So at least we know that's not going to happen. So she can relax and just enjoy the show. And that's what they have announced for the card this Saturday. So. And this, I apologize. Apparently, this is also called Charged. I thought it had a subtitle of Elevated, but it's just Charged. So I apologize for that. You can find them on K3, Twitch, and Fight TV. And that's all I have at the moment on the Wish AA was here. We'll probably talk about this more tomorrow after the actual interview with Bam Bam and do a rundown of the card again. Hey, we need you.
Yeah, she says that her computer's screwing up and that she doesn't restart.
Ah. So all three of us had computer problems tonight. Nice.
Yeah.
Anything else on your mind about anything?
Not at the moment.
What did you decide to do? If you want to spoil it for anybody listening, for the new nightly project.
I haven't decided yet. I've actually have a poll up on the nightly intro, so people can vote where I can vote where I review a wrestling show or a series of wrestling shows or a series of music. So it's up to the cage siders.
Dude, you have to like NSYNC or bust, dude.
I don't know about
You you
that.
you 6 months ago you promised us NSYNC.
I never promised something.
Well, I might be putting words in your mouth. What I don't know what your point is, but I would not do that to you. I would not torture you to have to review NSYNC albums. Excuse me. Okay, real quick, and then we'll let. I think when AA restarts her computer, it will end the
Well,
call. So,
AA has volunteered Judas Priest for the new project.
oh, nice.
That would definitely be an option.
Breaking the law, breaking the law. Nice. That's why we love her.
Yep.
So with the everything happening with the women's match, on a scale of 1 to 10 before this happened, say Monday when Raw started, how excited were you for Survivor Series? 1 to 10.
Um, maybe a 3,
How excited are you after Monday and Tuesday?
maybe a 0.5.
Damn, that much? Like, obviously you
Yeah.
weren't feeling it to begin with, but
Yeah, the only thing I was really interested in was Becky Ronda. I mean, I am curious who is going to be the fifth member of the women's SmackDown team, and the men's Survivor Series match could be a solid match. But other than that, there's not really much to really care about.
I'd say I'd start at about a 5, maybe 5.5. And not just the Becky thing, but the Brock and now versus Daniel Bryan instead of AJ. Like I was somewhat looking forward to AJ versus Brock again and seeing how that would work and if they would actually let AJ go over Brock. And because last Survivor Series they put on one of Brock's best matches in years, and I was wondering how that would work. And I'm just getting flashbacks that aren't actual flashbacks of SummerSlam 2015 when what happened to John Cena was supposed to be Daniel Bryan before Daniel got hurt. And I don't really actually want to witness that. I don't know what they were. I just, so now I'm probably at a, maybe a 2. Like I'll watch it. I'm just not.
Yeah, I'll watch it too because nothing else to do on Sundays.
Well, I mean, you do play me in fantasy football, so your ass better keep up with that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You don't have. Wow, Evil Matt comes out real quick. It sounds like Mr. Burns. Excellent, excellent. But yeah, but I'm with you. Like there's football and it's Sunday. So I'll watch it. Um, but the Survivor Series matches themselves don't do anything for me. I like you. I want to see who the fifth woman will be on the SmackDown taking Charlotte's place. But there's nothing that really stands out to me. I am curious, will they let, if nothing else, um, quote unquote, for Becky's honor, will they actually let Ronda lose?
I can't see it happening.
And I like last night. I think this is where we jumpstart the four horsewomen feud. Yeah, I've grown too. I just think it's where
Yeah,
it happens.
yeah, probably.
Not the biggest fan of it, but if they're gonna do it, I think it starts here to some degree. Where we actually get the 4 versus 4. Excuse me, 4 versus 4. I don't know because nothing makes sense. Like Royal Rumble would be too soon. Excuse me. Don't do that match at Mania. Like, I just I don't know. It just has non-finish written all over it. It did even with Becky. Like it just has non-finish. That's about all I have. We talked a lot last night, so
Yeah.
running out of steam here. That's tomorrow, and yes, we're gonna do 3 podcasts in 1 week, but tomorrow is gonna be completely different because tomorrow is an interview podcast. It's not like, hey, let's podcast again and talk about some wrestling. No, we're gonna talk about wrestling, but it's gonna be actually with a wrestler, so completely different. I know you can find AA and on Cage That Seats in the Daily at Ambrose Alley. Her Twitter is at Lady Roshana, LadyRoschana, or at Violent Wrestling No G is the Twitter handle. Matt, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at MelMat15. Also, hang out on Cage Side Seats in the daily and the nightly, as well as NXT threads and SmackDown threads. And this Friday, new podcast, new Ruthless Aggression Era podcast with Face Boss. Going to be talking about Judgment Day 2004.
I really need to start going back and watching the, like, not just when you ask me to be on and where I'll rewatch something before I come on. Like, I really need to just start at like end of 2002, going in 2003, and just rewatch a whole bunch of stuff. You can find me Twitter Fireman6809, or also again at Violent Wrestling Noji. Email us for whatever reason, and especially any questions for tomorrow's guest, Bam Bam, at Violent Wrestling with a G podcast at gmail.com. And that pretty much, shout outs to Shooting the Breeze Saturday mornings, Ruthless Aggression podcast Fridays, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, Whacked Out Wrestling Thursdays, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, Connoisseurs of Wrestling, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Mondays. Who am I leaving on? Two Guys, One Sport. Thursdays, I believe they go on 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Am I forgetting anyone? AA's got a list. I'm just going off the top of my head.
Not really sure. I think you might have gone all of them, maybe.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. And if AA can hear us, we're gonna sign out. And if she restarts her computer, it will hopefully end the call, and people aren't just gonna be around for a 24-hour live call. Thanks for listening, guys. Sorry Bam Bam wasn't here. He'll be here tomorrow again, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Um, we have plenty of questions lined up. We can take some more if you guys want to shoot us some questions of your own. And for on behalf of AA and VWP, take care, have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.